have a lovely lady coming up now. You can see her next at the Women in Comedy Festival. Please give it up for Katie Holler.
Look at us, we're so short. Hold on, I'm gonna put this down. Sorry. Hi guys, how are you? This is like, I love being around Rebecca because she makes me feel like I'm a normal sized human, and then we'll like go outside in the world and we're like, oh, okay, I understand what's going on here. People get confused when I tell them I'm an adult because I've been like this since 7th grade. My friends were like, hey, Katie, we're all going to go do this puberty thing. Do you want to come with? And apparently I was like, no, I'm good. I'm going to hang out here forever. So started from the bottom, then I stayed. I was like, I'll just ride this out. It's weird. Sometimes I feel like I'm actually like an old woman trapped in the body of a teenager, because like I can still fit into kids' shoes, but I also need to wear orthotics. Like it's essential. I apply anti-wrinkle and acne treatment. I feel like that's not. We shouldn't be dealing with that. I have one of those lumbar support pillows at my desk, but like my feet are still dangling from the desk chair. Like that's it's weird. I have a weird background. So actually, in May, my grandma is 102. Not to like brag or like, but I just went to visit her, and it's one of the. That's like you get to a certain point where we ran into family friends, and I was with my dad, and this guy, we're like in a movie theater, so like it's totally crowded, and he's like, "Hey Tony, saw your mom on Facebook. She looks amazing." That's how old you have to be for that to not be the creepiest thing ever, you know? It's like, it's fine when you're, can you imagine? Like, saw your mom. She looks great. Like in a movie theater full of people. But anyway, so my dad is British, but he was actually born in Nairobi. He grew up there. And then he moved back to England, and then he came to America, so that makes me technically a white African British American Jew. Which they didn't have that bubble on the SATs. And being a British Jew is interesting. Like, it has pros and cons. Look, I'm not gonna say I have the best teeth, but I do know so many dentists. So that works. I actually got to go to Africa last summer. I got to see where my dad grew up, which was amazing. It really changed my whole perspective on life. Because I don't know if you guys know this. Elephant penises are 4 to 5 feet long. You look like you've seen an elephant dick before. You are not surprised by that at all. But again, I'm 4'11". That's a game changer for me. Do you understand? Like, my whole life, I have been walking around with like this, feeling like I'm just this small, insignificant person. And in reality, like, I'm pretty big for an elephant dick. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you have to look at the glass half full. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you guys all made the right decision to come out and laugh tonight. This has been a very heated time. Like, I feel like everyone's very, like, testy. Like, I walked into CVS. This was, like, right after the whole travel ban thing was announced. And the doors, like, they would not open. I was, like, trying to get out. And I was like, God damn it! You can't just close the door on American citizens! And they were like, actually, no, it's because you're not tall enough for the sensors to recognize you as, like, a person. So, that's not how you treat a rewards member, CVS. I'm so loyal to you. What's going on? But it's weird. Like, I found myself on Facebook the other day, and I was like, I never thought that I would just, like, miss seeing engagement posts. You know what I mean? Like, anything other than Trump. Like, I just want to wake up on a Sunday, and I want to see your Eggs Benedict at brunch. That's all I want. The gym selfies that I used to roll my eyes at, Bring them back. Hashtag get swole. I miss it. I really do. I really do. I want to know how much whey protein, I've never said that word out loud. I've read it. Does that ever happen to you? You've read a word and then you say it out loud and then you realize I didn't think that through. Can a bro help me out? Anyone? Whey? It's whey. Cool. Gonna hit up GNC after this. Some guy in the back. It's whey. It's whey. Trust me, it's whey. What else? So I'm single, but I kind of, and I've been in a bit of a dry spell, but I prefer to say I've been focusing on myself, because semantics, you know. And here's the thing, I'll never complain about being in a dry spell, especially not in 2017, because it is way too easy to go dick fishing. It's saying that you're in a dry, that's like saying that you're hungry and you could very easily just like order a burrito on Seamless. Like, it's not what you dreamed of, but it will fill you up, you know? I don't know. I just get lazy. Like, I treat sex the same way I treat weed. Like, if a trustworthy source offers it, I'm like, let's do this! But I don't go out of my way to find it, you know? I'm not gonna call or text a bunch of people. Certainly not paying for it, so. Get me a prescription at this point. I think one of the reasons I avoid it is because I'm a very anxious person. I have social anxiety constantly. Even when I'm not socializing, I'm just like ruminating over high five I fucked up or something. Or worrying about the next one. That's like one thing in our country we have got to, I mean, we've got other issues other than like salutations, but in England, when I visit my family, whoever you are, it's just like boom, boom, kiss on the cheek, done. It's so clear. In America, it's a fucking free-for-all. You're like, are we hugging? Are we high-fiving? There's so much room for error. Do you ever just like fuck up a hug and you gotta like go into the bathroom and just like, we're just like, fuck. And then you Google, why am I so awkward? Has that ever? And then you go home. Anyway, so that's why I don't really date a lot. Because, I don't know, it's kind of like the same reason I didn't like puzzles as a kid. I don't like to be confused for fun. So, yeah. I feel like dating is a lot of just like overanalyzing text messages, and then first person to admit to having feelings loses. Woo! It's so exciting. And you have to be careful with sex, like especially women, because the two most common STDs are HPV and emotions. Yeah, and men don't really show side effects of either. No, I'm kidding. It's not true of all men, just like the ones I go for, obviously. I don't know. I got to a point where I realized the casual sex thing, I tried it like in my early 20s, and I just realized it was not for me. I kind of look at it like spicy food. Like, I'm so impressed by people who are like, yes, this is amazing. But every time I try it, I was like, this hurts me, okay? I feel weak. I regret it. It hurts my butthole. Just like, what is happening? That's why I didn't join Tinder, rejected that, because I was just like, that sounds like something you do while you're pooping. It doesn't really sound like a place where you're gonna find love. It's rough out there. I don't know. If you've ever been ghosted, that will just fuck up your whole sense of what is even real. If you've never been ghosted, you're probably old. But essentially, it's when you've been like talking to somebody and hanging out with them, and then they die. But like only to you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then I used to always blame myself. I would like go back to our last interaction and like read the text message and be like, God damn it, Katie, if you hadn't said cool beans, you got too confident. What are you thinking? Texting makes me real anxious. Whoever came up with the ability to see someone typing was a fucking asshole, because holy shit. Because when you're watching that bubble move, what are you gonna do? Just like put your phone down and like move on with your life? That's ridiculous. No, you stare at it. 3 minutes go by, you're like, is this a soliloquy? Like, what is happening? And then they'll just be like, sounds good. I'm like, no. Back up. You went through some shit to get there, okay? Don't act like you didn't take a screenshot, send it out for some second opinions. I know what's happening. You guys have done this. If it's gonna take you 3 minutes to come up with sounds good, you start that shit in your notes section where you're safe. We can't see you there. What else? It's sad. Like, I just feel like we're at a point, like, the bar for romance has just been lowered, you know? Like, if a guy were to give me flowers at this, I'd be like, you're a rapist, okay? Where's your windowless van, sir? Why don't you just send me a dick pic at 3? I'm like a goddamn gentleman. What's happening? I don't know if you ladies have ever been, had the pleasure of getting the unsolicited dick pic. It's a thrill. It really is. I feel like we need a new term for dick pic, because I'm always like, this is not the dick I would have picked, okay? Send that one back to the chef. Thank you very much. I'm gonna leave you guys on that. I'm Katie Haller. Have a good night.